Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we're going to try to share some tips and insight for how to best lead the water filtration project. This activity is a little bit different from others in the sense that it's more structured versus open-ended, but it's still a blast. And we typically do see this project being done in about an hour if you're going relatively fast, but stretching out to about an hour and a half if you're really taking your time and taking advantage of some of our supplemental resources. As far as the videos that we put together go, we strongly recommend that you go ahead and watch those beforehand to familiarize yourself with the project. And take some mental notes of where those videos pause so you can be prepared to ask those inquiry-based learning questions that we pose to the kids. And when those videos are all done, we recommend that you display the gallery section of the project page onto the projector or screen so the kids can see some examples as they're building. As far as tips go, let's start with filling up that large plastic cup. Instruct the kids that when they're doing so, to leave about 1 or 2 inches off the top to ensure the proper mixture. And at their actual workstation, we include that towel in the bin for a reason. Make sure that students' materials and supplies aren't off to the side, especially the dirty ones. We want to make sure that they're using that towel the right way and working on top of it. And also, here's a reminder to replace the gauze pad on the spout of your bottle once it gets dirty or clogged. And one more thing about this project is trash can tend to pile up. It might be helpful to have a larger trash can somewhere in the classroom. And during the pebbles trial, what we've seen work best is pouring a couple inches of those rocks directly out of the bag into the water filter. And after that experiment is over, it might be easiest to have the kids take those pebbles and throw them right back into the original bag that they came from. For the sake of generating good discussion around the class during this activity, you can ask them questions like, have you ever done something like this activity before? Have you made any observations yet from any of these trials? Do you have any ideas for making your super filter once we go outside? And of course, make sure they understand not to drink the water. As far as the materials go, while the videos are playing, we like to set up an assembly line style for kids to come and get them. But we like to keep some of the super filter quote-unquote materials off to the side, like the fabric and the cotton balls, until they're ready for that. And unfortunately, we are not able to put a couple gallons worth of water into the bin, so you will need to know where a handy sink or water fountain around campus is to fill up those plastic cups. And on the topic of those cups, by the end of this experiment, the water in there will be nice and dirty, so it'll be handy to know or locate a spot of grass or another area around campus to go ahead and dump the remaining water or mud into. If the project happens to be running a little early and you need some ideas for how to fill in the time, no worries, here's some tips. And the same thing goes for if you're running late. Here's some ideas for how to speed up the process but still stay on task. When cleaning up, go ahead and put any unused or reusable items back in the bin so we can get them back and recycle them for future projects if necessary. Finally, as far as safety goes, there really are not too many concerns here as the students are using relatively elementary materials, but please just make sure that they're using common sense and being respectful to one another, especially if you're permitting them to go outside and explore during the super filter portion of the project. During the very last few minutes of this activity, make sure we leave a little bit of time for cleanup. And the best way that we found for that is to have students use their towel to wrap everything up that's dirty in their workstation, maybe give their desk a little bit of a dry, and then throw that towel away.